Coffee and Convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, shout out to everybody rocking in the building. I see Jesus, Nick 209, Team Raider, Daniel, Malero, Benjamin, El Heiko. Shout out to all my people in the building, man. If you are watching on Twitter and want to get your comments in, jump over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. You already know what time it is. Shout out to Primos. I see my brother in the building. Let's go. We're going to talk about it. I see my brother Brave Raider, man, a.k.a. Rick in the building. Let's go. Primos, we are definitely going to talk about this, my brother. I want to let everybody pull in first so we can shoot that shit. Welcome to the latest installments of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider. We're going to talk about a few things, you guys. I haven't seen y'all since, I believe, the watch party, right? Sunday afternoon. Really, how much can we talk about this team? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really, we sat on the live for 4 hours the other day, watched this team go up 17-0 for the third time this season, you guys. Crazy, right? 17-0 Chiefs, 17-0 Cardinals, 17-0 Jags, just to lose all three games. At this point, I kind of think it's pretty clear. We talked about this last week, what this guy is doing. For those who don't know, I'm talking about Josh McDaniels and David Ziegler. I think they have a plan. I think they know what they're doing. But yeah, let's talk about it, you guys. Yo, Graphk, we got the third overall pick. Do we go DT or quarterback? At this point, I don't think that we're going to end up at 3 Primos. I think, this is what's going to happen. I was telling someone this yesterday. What's going to happen is we're going to win a game or two that we shouldn't win, like we did a few years back when we kicked the field goal to win, to beat the Cardinals, I believe, when we could have drafted Bosa, but we ended up winning a game that we shouldn't have won in the first place and lost some draft stock. So it's going to happen at some point, right? We're going to win a few games. We'll probably beat Indy. I don't really know. They got Jeff Saturday as a head coach. At this point, the guy has no coaching experience at all at the NFL level. I believe he used to coach college or high school football. I don't know how much that's going to do for you in the NFL. I know he had a long, illustrious career himself as an offensive lineman, but I got a feeling we're going to win a few games that we shouldn't have won and fuck up our draft capital. But no, I'm going to be real. I love the DT out of Georgia. This is the draft that if we're going to go for the future, you got to go get your quarterback. I'm sorry. You have to. CJ Stroud is there. Bryce is there. Will is there. Will Levis. I know Hendon Hooker will probably be there in the second round because he's 25 years old. But either way, you have to get the quarterback of the future in this draft if you have a top 10 pick. I think it's a no-brainer at this point. You know what I mean? I get that we need a DT. I get that, maybe Will Anderson is there, the defensive end out of Alabama. He's a dog. But at this point, you just can't go out and get a defensive guy, a defensive lineman over a quarterback. You know what I mean? I think that the conversation at this point within the nation is even a lot of guys that support Carr more than others are kind of on the outs with him. Like, look, he deserves better. We deserve better. Let's move on. You know what I mean? So at this point, Primos, I'm going quarterback, bro. I don't even think that there really has to be a conversation had about that. You know what I mean? This is the lowest that we'll probably draft in a long time, and you have to go get your guy of the future. There you have it. Shout out to my boy Primos. Shout out to Pastor Raider. Draft QB and give him a season to learn while we watch and see if McDaniels can get it done. I think Zeke is someone I would want to keep around moving forward. Facts. I mean, look, man. Zeke thought that he was building a team to at least win some ball games this year, right? You go out and get Devante Adams, Chandler Jones, rock your center in a trade for Yannick. You know what I mean? You go out and get a bunch of guys. You go get Anthony Averett, who is shit in the bed right now, but he was a nice pickup for us in the offseason. We thought maybe this guy's going to perform like he did in Baltimore with us. That didn't work out. Went and got Deron Harmon, the closer, which has been one of our blessings in disguise, I guess, one of our bright spots on this defensive side of the ball. And then you go get Dylan Parham in the third round. You draft Zeus. You know what I mean? We didn't have a full draft because we went and got Devante Adams. But I think that he was still putting together a team that he thought can maybe be a wild card or a playoff fringe team this year, and then go out next year and have this full-length draft to go out and get the guys that he wants. You know what I mean? We spoke about this before, you guys. Patrick Graham's scheme is not easy. Josh McDaniels' scheme is not easy. At this point, they're going to go out and get guys that fit what they do. You know what I mean? And I know the nation doesn't want to hear this because we've heard this for 30-plus years, but we're about to overhaul in the offseason. A lot of these players that are here right now are not going to be here. A few of these big contract guys that we have, those contracts are going to be offloaded. A lot of these other guys that we even think maybe young guys that we think maybe has a chance to move, to get it together, they may not even be here because they don't fit what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? So just be prepared in January, February, you guys. When the season is over, there's going to be a lot of change moving forward to get this team right. Shout out to Robert. That's my guy. That, to me, that's my favorite quarterback in this draft. I know a lot of people would say CJ Stroud. I know a lot of people would say, Bryce, you know what I mean? The young pup out of Alabama. But me personally, I got Will Levis. That's my guy. I said this before the other day, you guys. I think he has a ceiling of Josh Allen and a basement of Carson Wentz. And if your basement is Carson Wentz, I'm all for going out and taking that risk and going to get him in the first round. Definitely. Will Levis is my guy, you guys. Wipe the feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Raider 88. Look, at this point, what do you do, 88? Because you have to direct a lot of that money that's on the offensive side of the ball to the defensive side of the ball and draft too. I would love to keep Josh around. You know what I mean? I just don't know how much money you could put towards him at this point. Does it make any sense to franchise tag Jacobs and pay $12 million for him when you just went out and drafted Zeus, Britton Brown, and Sincere McCormick, UDFA? Look, yes, Jacobs is running like a madman right now. But if we're thinking about the future, do you want to keep a running back around on that's on his second contract? I know that Josh is one of the real big bright spots of this team this season. But me personally, I don't want to spend that kind of money when I can allocate that to the defense. You know what I mean? So at some point, you have to give Zeus the ball and say, come on, here. This is your backfield now. So, look, I love Josh Jacobs. I would love to keep Josh Jacobs around. But me personally, I just don't think it makes any sense. I don't think it makes any sense. You already went out and drafted his replacements. You know what I'm saying? And you got to give them another offseason to get it together. They're still learning the system as well. You know what I mean? So at this point, would I love to keep Jacobs around? Yes. Would I like to lock him up? Yes. For like a 2 years, a 2-year, 3-year deal. But at the end of the day, you already drafted his replacements. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how you can put a lot of that money away for Josh Jacobs when we have so many holes on this roster. Shout out to Max, My guy is Thompson Robinson from UCLA. Bring him in to study and bring a young breath of fresh air for us at quarterback. Max, we're definitely going to do our homework on him as well. Look, mock draft season is already here for us. Week 9, week 10. You know what I mean? So I'll definitely be doing some homework on him. I know who Thompson Robinson is, but I'll definitely be doing some homework on him, Max. Definitely. Shout out to my dog, man. Appreciate you on the donation, King. Joseph, Caleb Williams is not coming out this draft. He'll be out the next draft. He'll be out in 2024. Shout out to Grissom. Dax, I was thinking it would be cool if you opened up a phone line for the nation, kind of like RFR. I would love to, Grissom. The thing is, my brother, I would love to do that. I've thought about that a million times, but for some reason, my channel gets the most trolls in the world on the internet. You know what I mean? And I would hate to mess up a great show, having a bunch of guys that call in on some weirdo shit. You know what I mean? A bunch of guys that can't stand me for whatever reasons. You know what I mean? Come in, just call in and try to kill our shows off. You know what I mean? So maybe I can do a show where I can have people call in and leave voicemails, and I can read those. I can do that, Grissom. I just can't do any live stuff. Shout out to my dog, man. Shout out to RS, man, my brother, the only Raider channel I like to watch, man. I appreciate you, my brother. There's some great ones out there, man, but I definitely appreciate you, King. Thank you so much. Let me see. Julio, man. Nah, I love y'all, bro. I love y'all, bro. What you be? I just can't. Yeah, man. You know, I put too much blood, sweat, and tears into this, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of weirdos come along with that. Good thing was I went through my subscribers this weekend and annihilated a lot of people. You know what I mean? That I knew that were behind weird fake pages. So we got rid of a lot of people moving forward. Shout out to Jamel. Did you see the disrespect by the Raiders cutting DC's presser while he was talking? Well, you know what's funny, Jamel? I mean, let's say this, my brother. And I don't want to turn this into another DC show. But what was he actually saying? You know what I mean? Like what was he saying? He was saying, oh, there's some things that need to be said, but they're not going to be said here. I mean, what were you actually cutting off? Because I seen the rest of that presser and it really wasn't nothing crazy. I don't, at the end of the day, if you're not going to just come out and tell the nation and tell everybody, look, this is the problem and we need a solution. I don't even want to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I listened to Josh Allen the other day, right? Lose a game against the Jets on the last second field goal. And he's dealing with a real injury that could probably sit him down for 4 to 5 weeks. Come out at the presser and say, I sucked. I played like shit. That's why we lost. So I don't want to hear any more of these subliminals. You know what I mean? That passive aggressive. I don't want to hear any of that shit. If you're going to say something, say it out loud. Say that shit with your chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here for any of those bullshit ass, yeah, we know it needs to be done, but this is not the place to be saying it at. Like, shout out to Jamel, man, my dog, man. Facts. Devante said it best on this press. Now, Devante speaks his mentals to the fullest. And I love it because that's a leader. It's one of the best wide receivers in the league. He's a veteran. He's going to come out and say what needs to be said. And he's going to stand on what the fuck he's talking about. I just, my bad, Mel. Maybe I didn't give you the answer that you wanted, my brother, but I don't want to hear that kind of shit, man. I really don't. I really don't. P-Dog stupid. Be a man. What's up with that? You know what's funny, Larry? A lot of people may kill me for this, but I don't really care. Josh McDaniels is a better coach than Rich Bisaccia. I'll repeat. Josh McDaniels is a better head coach than Rich Bisaccia. If that team last year can rally around an inferior coach like Rich Bisaccia, I feel like this team can rally around a coach like Josh McDaniels. You know what I'm saying? Yes, New England had a lot of stout defenses in a lot of those Super Bowl runs. But let's not act as though Josh McDaniels didn't play a major part in a lot of those rings. You know what I mean? I don't get why. If we would have kept Rich Bisaccia, Devante Adams wouldn't have been a Raider. He would not have came over here. No one with that much star power is going to say, "Ooh, I'm going to leave Aaron Rodgers and go play for Rich Bisaccia and my best friend Derek Carr." It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? There was some other guys out there that, you know, we were looking at, you know, Nathaniel Hackett, he shit the bed in Denver. Doug Peterson was one of my picks. You know what I'm saying? Another guy that I was looking at, I don't even want to say his name because he's shitting the bed right now. Doug Peterson, I think, was the guy that just beat us this Sunday. Super Bowl winning quarterback. Cooked us. Facts, Watts. That was my pick. Doug Peterson, that was my guy. Him and another former quarterback that's an offensive coordinator right now for Tampa Bay. Was definitely looking at him, and I'm definitely happy we didn't go that route. Definitely. Because Tampa Bay is definitely a shell of the old selves. Brian DeBall, Dom, I hear that, my brother. I get that. But DeBall was never an option. He comes from that Bill Belichick tree, you guys. He knew where he was going if he left Buffalo. He was going to stay in the state of New York. He wasn't going anywhere else. DeBall was not going to be a Raiders coach. I promise you that. Was not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He knew if he was leaving Buffalo, he was going to go where he wanted to go. You know what I mean? And that was New York. No. Compton Bop. Look, my brother, I appreciate you, King. I'm not going to get Eric Bieniemy at all. At all. I do not want to experiment with an OC that has literally just had a pad, you know, handed to him and said, run these plays. We all know that that's Andy Reid's offense. I don't want Eric Bieniemy, and there's a reason why he has not been hired, you guys. People have said behind the scenes that he is a terrible interviewer and that a lot of people in the league don't really rock with Eric Bieniemy like that. Let's be real. Sean Payton, he'll be a Cowboy. If he comes back, he'll be a Cowboy, or he may end up going to the Chargers because they already got all that talent over there. This is facts, Callie Crook. If Hackett is shit in the bed, Josh McDaniels got diarrhea like a mother. This is facts. This is facts. And they both have one thing in common, Callie Crook. The Broncos. Ain't that some shit? Coffee and Convo. Coffee and Convo. Let me see. D'Amico Ryans, definitely going to be getting some calls. Definitely. Chris, definitely heard a lot of character flaws with him. Definitely heard a bunch of character flaws with Eric Bieniemy. Let me see. Man, we have all the firepower. I look, bro, at this point, I'm convinced these guys don't want to win football games, man. I'm sorry. There's no way you can go out there and put up 17 or put up 20 points in the first half and then just shit the bed completely in the second half. Look, I know a lot of people will say, you know what I'm saying, that why would we want to lose? Why would Zeke and why would Josh McDaniels put their reputations on the line like that, right? Why would they put their reputations on the line to go out there, show a little bit, and then take away, right? Why not? I mean, do we not remember what Gruden looked like in year one? I mean, Gruden came out and traded Cooper, traded Khalil Mack. He turned this shit upside down too. Like real shit. Like Gruden came in and turned this bitch upside down. So just because Josh McDaniels and Ziegler come from that New England tree, that means that they're supposed to just come in and just win instantly from the door? Like as soon as they step in the door, because of the history they have with that franchise, they're supposed to come in and win? Maybe we have to be a little more patient with these guys. Because I promise you, we thought Gruden was about to come in and be Tuck Rule reincarnated. And what happened? He came in and traded our two best players. Let me see. Yeah. Gruden gutted the team. Gutted them. Completely destroyed what we had built through prior drafts. And then went and drafted terrible replacements. Shout out to O. I don't think we're going to draft a QB, sadly. If we do need a defense, trading for Adams was a mistake because our team wasn't the Rams. Now we need to get 2 picks. Let me say this. It's never a mistake when you go trade for Devante Adams, though. Never. I don't give a fuck if you have Jared Stidham starting at quarterback. I don't care if you have a rookie quarterback that is just green all across the board. That's never the wrong thing to go out and get a guy like Devante Adams that has to be accounted for on the field every time he's out there, and a great locker room presence. So I got to disagree with you with that, my brother. I don't give a fuck if we are completely rebuilding. You have one building block. That's Devante Adams. That's how you have to look at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going away from Max Crosby and Nate Hobbs and the other guys. I'm just saying there's no way it's ever a mistake when you go out and trade for the best wide receiver in the league at the time. Ever. Let me see. Shout out to Young Tommy. I feel like CJ Stroud is the answer, and we're in a good position to head in that direction. Hey, maybe. I still feel like we're going to be outside of the top 5, and I don't think that we're going to be looking at CJ Stroud or Bryce. I don't think we're going to look at either one of these guys. To be honest, I think they're going to be off the board by then. You have to realize that there's probably going to be 2 teams in front of us that need quarterbacks. The Lions need a quarterback. The Texans need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, those 2 guys are most definitely probably going to be already off the board by the time we draft. That's why I'm looking at a Will Levis. You know what I mean? I think he'll still be there somewhere in that 1 to 15 range, unless someone just says, you know what, I'm going all in. I'm trading up to go get him. You know what I mean? I think Hendon will be there in the second round, but somebody may even trade up in the later first to go get him. You know what I mean? So who's to say? But either way, we have to go get a quarterback of the future. You guys wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Definitely, man. Appreciate you guys all for being here. Let me ask you guys this, man. Do you think this is the thing that kills me, right? This is why I feel like this new coaching regime, I feel like they're trolling us, right? You go out and lose to Jacksonville after being up big, and what do you do right when the game is over? What do you do right when the game is over? Like completely right when the game is over, the pressers are done. DC goes up there and speaks his little piece. Devante goes up there and speaks that ism. You know what I mean? Josh McDaniels goes up there and pretty much says the same shit he always says. Then what do? We go out and sign Sidney Jones, cornerback, 26 years old, former Washington Husky, dealt with some injuries. It's kind of weird to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're trolling at this point. It's like we go out, put up this big lead, they get cooked, and then we go sign Sidney Jones, who just cleared waivers. It's like, bro, it's too late for that. Like, it's too late for that. Like, why? I mean, don't get me wrong. Sidney Jones is a great player to go sign right now because he's only 25, 26 years old, somewhere in that range. You know what I mean? So he fits kind of that trajectory of moving forward. We can kind of put him out there now and kind of look at him and see what we got, and maybe we can keep him for long term. You know what I mean? But I just still feel like it's weird that you literally just wait to get cooked to go out there and go sign Sidney Jones. I just feel like these motherfuckers are they're the best trolls in the world. Factory. Shout out to Stevie, my dog. Can't keep making the same mistake over and over. We think changing coaches every 2 seasons will create a winner. Stick with McDaniels and Zeke for 3 years and let them develop a roster. The insanity has to stop. And you know what's so crazy, Stevie? You know, emotionally, right, as a Raider fan, I'm like, fuck that. Get rid of Josh McDaniels. Fire his ass. I've done it before. I went on Twitter. I went on Instagram screaming, get rid of this motherfucker. At this point, I agree with you, Stevie. I agree with you. We all get caught up in being a playoff team last year that we're tending to forget that we still have a lot of holes on this roster. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. We need some defensive tackle help. We need another defensive end. You know what I mean? Because it looks as though Malcolm Kuntz, they don't believe in the kid. You know what I mean? We need some corners. We need another safety. We need 2 safeties. Like, we need some help. So, look, at this point, I definitely agree with you, Stevie. I'm over just going out there and saying fire McDaniels. At this point, give these guys a few years to build the team that they want, and then you see what they can do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you, bro. Fuck the revolving doors. We've lost a lot of close games this season. You know, a lot of execution. A lot of that does have to take, you know, the coaches have to take accountability for that. But the players do too, you guys. This is the problem that we have in the nation. We don't want to blame any of our players. Yes, we can blame everything on the coaching staff. Yes, you know, Devante was pissed that we kind of got away from the passing game in the second half. But did we? DC was throwing the ball in the second half, and it looked like shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the players need to capitalize as well. Yes, the coaching has made some head-scratching play calls in tight games this season. But at the end of the day, man, these players are getting paid big money to go out there and execute and win games. DC just got a top-of-the-line contract extension. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs to go out there and win some games. You know what I mean? Chandler Jones got all that big money. Go out there and seal that edge and make a game-winning stop. Go out. Look, the defense gave DC, what, 4 or 5 chances? Is that what it was? Raider Nation Cali, I appreciate you, my brother. The defense gave the offense a few shots to win the game against Jacksonville at the end. A few chances. The defense got off the field and gave the ball back. So what happened with that 20 points in the first half? Why can't you put up just another TD? Just one more. Just put up one more touchdown. At least we're going to OT. Way too many chances to be able to score at the end of the game. Way too many. This is a bend, don't break defense, you guys. This defense is not ready yet. It's not ready yet. You can look all up and down the roster. Look at the talent. We're not ready yet on the defensive side of the ball. But they definitely gave the O a bunch of chances to come out and win that game, and they didn't. Shout to Black Sunday. What up, Docs, my man? What you think Carr wanted to say? Throw Josh McDaniels? Yeah, I mean, you know, look, Derek has been saying it. He's been saying it. He just hasn't said it with his chest. He's been saying, I'm just trying to do what Josh McDaniels wants me to do. Josh, what do we need to do? Or Derek, what do we need to do to win games? You know, I'm just going out there and I'm just throwing it where Josh wants me to throw it. He's been saying it. But now, when you're 2-6, you don't want to just say, I'm just trying to throw the ball wherever Josh McDaniels wants me to throw it. He wants to say, look, man, holla at my head coach. I'm trying to go out there and win some games, but he's telling me to go this route, go this way. Y'all holla at him. That's all I wanted from Derek Carr. That's it. It's for DC to go out there and say, holler at my head coach. I think he's kind of been saying it. It's just the little subliminals and just little, you know, slick shit. It's like, come out and say it with your fucking chest, bruh. Come out and say it with your chest, bruh. Shout out to Grissom. I was thinking this offseason, give Green Bay a call about Jordan Love. He will come cheap, basically a rookie, but been grooming behind A-Rod. I would think that would be very beneficial. Let me say this. Grissom, it's not going to happen because A-Rod's about to leave Green Bay. So that leaves them with Jordan Love. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest too, bro. I've watched Jordan Love in limited time, and he is just not the answer. He is a prime example of one of those quarterbacks in college that had one really good year, and Green Bay just went all out for him and got him, and they just realized this ain't it. Because if Jordan Love was it, Grissom, he would have been the man. Green Bay would have not brought A-Rod back for all that money, a guy that's at the end of his career. If you already got the future out there, they would have been moved on from A-Rod. They would have been gave him his walking papers and said, go wherever you want to go. We just want to save this money and get Jordan Love involved. He's definitely not that. We got a better chance to get Aaron Rodgers than we do Jordan Love, Grissom. Shout out to my dog, man. Appreciate you, Gris. I'm missing supers and shit. Shout out to Raider Rich. 2023 draft will be D-heavy. Pause. Really about a QB pick. I really doubt a QB pick. Rich, you need one, bro. You need one. I mean, then what are we doing? What are we doing at this point then? You know what I'm saying? Is it just go out and get all defense? Or do you go pay Jimmy G for 1 year, bring him in, and keep Stidham around? Is that what you do? Do you save all that money from Derek Carr, take half of that, put it towards Jimmy G, and then build the rest up with that defense and keep Stidham around? If we do that, I'm cool. If Levis is off the board, if Bryce is off the board, and Stroud is off the board, I have no problem going out and get Jimmy G for a year and keeping Stidham to back him up for a year. I don't have no problem with that. But the difficult thing about that is, you guys, we still do not have a quarterback of the future. Who's to say we don't go out and win next year and then we have no shot at going and getting a quarterback? Then you're stuck with the bridge quarterback with Jimmy G like we are with Derek Carr. You know what I mean? At this point, if you get a stout defensive tackle or a stout defensive end in the first half or in the first round, I'm cool with that. Then you have to go get Hendon Hooker in the second round. I don't care if he's 25 years old. Just go get him. Take a flyer on him. I feel like we need a young guy that we can groom. Stidham's not the dude. We still need that guy. Shout out to Raider Rich. You think we lose to the Colts at home with the third string QB? Do you think we lose out Black Sunday? Yes. If we lose to Indianapolis with a guy that's never coached a team before, they don't have an offensive coordinator at all, and they have a third string quarterback in Ellinger? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You know what? I can't say that. We won't lose out. We'll end up winning a couple games that we shouldn't win and lose out in more draft capital. Real talk. It'll probably be some wins in the division. Probably go out there, beat the Chargers. You know what I mean? Maybe get Denver out the way one more time in Denver. You know what I mean? You'll win a few games still. Look, we're going to win a few games this year, you guys. We're not going to end up 2-15. It's not going to happen. It's not. This team is too talented to only win 2 games. I'm sorry. Look, I know we're a really, really bad team, but we're not that bad. But if we lose to the Colts, I still think, matter of fact, we don't lose out. We'll win a few games. Shout out to Black Sunday. Shout out to bro, Belichick never paid or never overpays or gives high draft picks away, and they're winning with bum John Adams is doing nothing for us because we have holes, bro. Okay, I'm trying to. There's holes in your chat, my brother. Bro, Belichick never overpays or gives high draft picks away. And they're winning with bums. Adams is doing nothing for us because we have holes, bro. Okay, now I got it down. How is Adams not doing anything for us, bro? You're not looking at this from a business standpoint, my brother. Devante Adams is one of the only guys that's still putting asses in seats at Allegiant Stadium. He's one of the highest selling NFL jerseys in the NFL right now. He's helping sell MGM Grand. His face is all over the fucking strip. He just had 150 yards, which I called that, you guys. Go back to the show before Sunday. I said he'd have 150 yards and 2 TDs. He had like 146, 147 and 2 TDs. I don't. How is that not doing anything? Oh, please tell me. Give me a little more feedback on that, brother. Because I don't know how he's not doing anything for us. It's the other guys around us that's not doing anything for us. Shout out to Mondo. Dox, didn't Josh McDaniels draft Tim Tebow? Hope he does better this time. Man, look, it was a different league at that point, 878. It was a different league at that point, my brother. You know what I mean? Like, think about this. You're the mobile quarterback. Shit, if you drafted Tim Tebow in today's NFL, right, shit, Josh McDaniels might have been a fucking genius. You know what I'm saying? But look, bro, he made mistakes. A lot of people have. Do you want to go back to Gruden's draft picks, even in Tampa Bay? I mean, we could go look at some of Andy Reid's drafts, you guys. We could go back and look at some misses that New England. Every head coach takes hits, especially at the quarterback position. New England right now is struggling with Mac Jones, an early round pick. Bailey Zapp, a later round pick, is outperforming him. When it comes to QBs, Mondo, it's hard to assess that, bro, because a lot of people have to take risks when it comes to quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act as though when Andy Reid went and drafted Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech that everybody was like, oh my God, Andy Reid is a genius. No, it took a little time for that genius to show his face. Everybody was like, what the fuck? Andy Reid went and got shit. This guy out of fucking Texas Tech. Yeah, now he's the greatest quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever live. You take your hits. You take your W's, you take your L's, man. Shout out to Black Sunday. It's not going to happen. Bro, we lost 17-0 lead to Jags and shut out by Andy Dalton. This is facts. And they got cooked by the Ravens last night. We probably do beat the Broncos and Chargers, though. There's going to be a few games, Black Sunday. This is facts, my brother, that we win that we probably shouldn't have. Shout out to Tombstone. And remember, we've lost a lot of close games. We're still in it with a lot of these games, you guys. So it's difficult to say we're not going to win this game. We're not going to win that game. It's difficult to say that because we're still in a lot of these games. Outside of that New Orleans game, you guys, we were in every single game in the fourth quarter. Every one of them. Shout out to Tombstone, my brother. Bringing Rodgers for at least 2 years. Draft Caleb Williams next year to sit under him for a year. Williams got height, legs, an arm, and is smart. I'm not against that. If the thing is this though, Tombstone, if you bring in Aaron Rodgers, you're not going to be anywhere near being able to draft Caleb Williams. That's the problem. Caleb Williams would be a top 5 pick. If you bring in Aaron Rodgers with Devante Adams and all this shit that we have, and then build a defense, I don't see us only winning 2 or 3 games and getting a chance at Caleb Williams. You know what I mean? But if that could happen in a perfect world, my brother, I'm definitely here with you. Shout out to we brought him to win. Wait, we brought him in to win a Super Bowl, not to fill seats. We did as fans. This is the thing, you got to stop. Sometimes you got to stop thinking as a fan, my brother. Mark Davis brought him in to sell seats. He brought him in to sell merch. He brought him in to sell a dream. Yes, in a perfect world, Mark Davis brought him in to win Super Bowls. Definitely. But that is one of the minor pieces that Mark Davis brought Devante Adams in for. Let's just keep that shit a stack. Keep that shit a bean. Take your fan helmet off and put your GM cap on, my brother. He was definitely brought in for just more than a Super Bowl. Got to think about it like that, bro. Shout out to the Raider, my dog, on the 20-piece special. I've never heard Brady say, I throw it where Josh wants me to. Laugh out loud. This offense has helped him win multiple Super Bowls in New England. It's proven. Mac Jones looked decent as a rookie with less talent, and he went to a Pro Bowl last year. The Raider. DC had these same issues before Josh. Yeah. And also, you can look at it from a standpoint of every time we go get a new head coach, the first year or two, DC struggles to get down the system. You know what I mean? It's proven. You know what I mean? This is proven. This is facts. This is facts. You know what I mean? Look, Musgrave left. Guy came in. We shit the bed. Even what was it year? What year did Del Rio come in? He come in 2015. He came in 2015, right? Didn't look too well. It took till 2016. No. Musgrave was the OC. I'm tripping. He didn't look good in the first year in that system. Gruden, he looked terrible in that first year in that system. This is a proven thing with DC, you guys. Yes, he's had a lot of head coaches. Yes, he's had a lot of offensive coordinators. But he's never been great in year one in a new system. And let's just be real. That's no knock on DC. It's very, very tough for guys to just come in and win in a new system from the jump. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that we can say with DC is he's had to learn a lot of new systems. You know what I mean? If anybody in the NFL probably knows a fucking DC can probably be a fucking head coach or offensive coordinator at this point. As much fucking offenses as he's had to run, DC might be a fucking great offensive coordinator. For real. Shout out to the Raider, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. Shout out to Black Sunday. Brady left his model wife for football. Hardy knows Josh McDaniels' playbook. Wish Gruden didn't shoot that parade down. But, at this point also, man, Brady's showing his age at this point. Father Time always catches up Black Sunday. He is not the same player. Yeah, he went out there and willed his team to victory this past Sunday. But he's not the same guy he once was. There's no way you bring in Tom Brady at this point. I think that he retires. He walks away from the game knowing that his best years are behind him. Shout out to Black Sunday. Shout out to Stevie as well. What do you think of Darnell Washington, 6'7", 270-pound tight end, Georgia? Man, that dude was a monster. He's projected to be a late first rounder. Would you pull the trigger? No. No. You can't use that draft capital, a first rounder coming off of a poor season like we have this season. You can't use that on a tight end, especially with Waller under contract. You know, you could bring Foster Moreau back in. I mean, there's no way you can use an early round pick, Stevie, on a tight end, even a guy with those kind of measurables, when you need defense, when you need a quarterback of the future. At this point, if you don't get a star defensive tackle, star defensive end, star corner, or a star quarterback in the first round, I feel like we already lost the draft. You got to go get at least a starter at one of those positions. No, I don't think there's in any world there's no excuse that you can be that can be had for going out and getting a tight end at all. Even O-line. You know what I mean? Go get O-line over a tight end. But he is a dog. That dude's measurables that shit is crazy. At what point do we stop watching this sorry ass team? Jose, we could say we'll stop watching them today. Shit, I told myself on Sunday after the game I quit watching them. But we're Raider fans, man. We're Raider fans. You know what I'm saying? We're going to watch this team shit. Look, I've watched this team shit the bed for almost 38 years. Why would that change now? It's just at this point, you know, at our age, man, this shit's starting to affect our mental health. You know what I mean? We're all lashing out at each other on the internet. We're all lashing out at each other on Twitter and Instagram. We're all lashing at each other, lashing out at each other in the comments section. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, man, I mean, I get there's a lot of weird ass, there's weird fans in every fan base, but we definitely are taking that out on each other a lot. I think we're all just tired of this shit. But as sad as it is, we'll still be here Sunday watching every single fucking down of this team playing against the Colts at Allegiant Stadium. Just is what it is, man. Jose, to answer your question, bro, at no point. At no point. Let me ask you guys this real quick. I want to read you this tweet, okay? I want you guys to give me your honest opinion in the comment section, okay? Rich Gannon came out today, all right? Came out today and said, this is what Rich Gannon tweeted. Extremely surprised and disappointed with how the Raiders' record at this point in the season. But I do believe they can and will be better in the second half of the season. So it's so common nowadays to just blame the coach. At some point, the players have to take ownership of the team and find a way to win. What do y'all think about that? Because honestly, I think last year it had way less to do with Rich Bisaccia and way more to do with the players taking ownership of that team last season and willing them to a wild card round. Let me repeat that. I believe what Rich Gannon just said. The players did that last year. They took ownership of this team. A Rich Bisaccia coach team is not a playoff team, you guys. That guy went right back to being a special teams guy. The team took ownership. The players took ownership last year. So basically, all Rich is saying is, you guys, do what the fuck y'all did last year. Stop blaming the coaches and go out and win some games. You don't pay Derek Carr top 10 quarterback money entirely to be a top 10 quarterback. You pay him top 10 quarterback money to be a leader, to will this team to win. You don't make Devante Adams the highest paid wide receiver only because he could put asses in seats and he's the best wide receiver in the league. You pay him that money to come in and be a leader in the locker room and to take ownership. You don't pay all these other guys this big time money just to come in because of their performance on the field. You pay them also because of leadership qualities, leadership skills. At what point do all these guys, they got all this big time money this offseason, Waller, Renfro, Devante Adams, Josh Jacobs, Chandler Jones, Max Crosby, not Josh Jacobs, he didn't get paid, I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. All of our offensive guys and Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. At what point do all these guys grab this team by their fucking necks and say, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all, but let's go win some fucking football games? That's something that Josh McDaniels can't do. He's not a player. He's not a player. I've said this before, and I used this analogy in the past. I played at Airport Little League in South Sacramento, California for over 10 years of my life. One of the best years of my life. We were 0-13. I never knew how to lose. Every year, my team was always in it. We either won the championship or we were that close and lost in the championship. That year, we did not have a great coach. Did not have a great leader. He didn't really know baseball like that. He was a good dude, very good dude, Rich Bisaccia. Really good guy. But guess what happened? Guess what it took to start playing the best baseball of that season? It was me and another guy that were the best players on the team to say, look, y'all, come here. Come here. Come here, man. Whatever the fuck these coaches are saying, scratch that. We need to win these games. It took for the leaders of that baseball team. 0-13, EH. 0-13. But at the end, we were getting blown out. Like blown out. But we started playing really good baseball at the end. Closer games. You know what I'm saying? In the sixth inning type shit. Because we rallied around each other. You know what? I'm lying. We were 1-12. We won one game because it was raining and the opposing team, all their players didn't show up. So we got one win. We didn't earn the win, but we got it. But all I'm saying is at some point, these players, the best players on this roster, the highest players on this roster, have to grab these guys and say, Merrick, what is it going to take for us for you to play better? Jonathan Abram, what is it going to take, bro, for you to get your shit together? Take the right angles. It's little shit. Wrap up. What is it going to take for the leaders of this locker room to get on these guys? They have to do that, because if they don't, coaching is not enough, you guys. I'm sorry, bro. You already can't tell these young guys shit in real life. Let me repeat that again. You can't tell these young guys shit already in real life. They're going to do whatever they want to do, especially when you put a bunch of money and a bunch of fame and a bunch of women and shit around them. You can't tell them shit. You think a coach is going to be able to tell them what the fuck to do? No. They need the guys that have been doing this forever, that set the groundwork, that set that, to tell these young guys, look, man, y'all need to get your shit together. Period. Coaching is only going to take you so far, man. Why would you listen to a 50-year-old dude when you got a fucking 30-year-old quarterback that's getting paid over $100 million? Who is Malcolm Kuntz going to listen to? Is he going to listen to Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, or is he going to listen to Patrick Graham? Think about that. These young guys, like, think about, I know me, I'm 38, and I'm going to Chandler Jones and Max Crosby, not Patrick Graham. It's these guys that have to will us to win, man. And it's that little bit of leadership that we're missing right now is why we're losing these close games. It's execution, and it's the leaders not demanding more out of the role players on this team. The leaders need to demand more out of the role players on this team. Bilal Nichols. If I'm Chandler Jones, I need more, champ. Matthew Butler, Neil Farrell, Andrew Billings. If I'm Max Crosby, I need more out of you guys, man. I need time to get to the quarterback. That's all I'm saying. But hey, who am I? Shit. I could be wrong 100%. I just know, me personally, playing sports growing up, you always looked at the guy that set the tone before you, not the coach, the guy that was the guy before you got there. That's who I went to. That's who I patented my work ethic after, was the guy that was the guy before I got there. Shout out to Rick Glenn. Do we fire anyone if we don't win this weekend? Thoughts? At this point, bro, you lose to the Colts, just fire everybody. Will it happen? No. If I'm the head, if I'm Mark Davis, I'm firing everybody. 2-7, you lose to the Colts with the fucking offensive, with the head coach that's never coached a game in his life. They have no offensive coordinator, you guys. They have a third string quarterback in Ellinger. But guess what's going to happen this week? They'll probably Jonathan Taylor probably right back into full form, and they'll run the ball 1,000,000 times and fucking get shut down again. Shout out to Raider Nation Cali, man. Colts, Denver, Seattle, Chargers, Rams, Pats, Pitt, SF, KC, our final games. We need our leaders to step the hell up. This is facts. And you know what's so crazy, you guys? Think about this. Think about this. This is what's so fucking pathetic, right? We come into this season expecting, oh man, we got a tough record, or tough schedule, right? We have a tough schedule. Look at all these teams that we played this season. The Jags should have been a W. The Saints should have been a W. Texans, we got them out the way. The Titans, we should have beat them, even though they look good. They look good. They played the Chiefs down to the wire. The Cardinals should have beat them. The Chargers, we should have beat them. And then look at the fucking Jags. The Colts, Denver again. Seattle, they look nice. I'm not even gonna play that game with them. The Chargers again. The Rams look like shit. They're 3-5, right? 3-5, 3-6. The Patriots don't look like shit. The Steelers don't look like shit. This should have been an easy schedule for us this season. A lot of these teams that we thought were going to be great, they're not, including us. We have a favorable ass schedule, and we're going to probably win 4 games this season. That's crazy. Think about that, y'all. Revisit the schedule and look at it. Beginning of the season, we're like, damn, man, this is going to be a tough situation, man. All those teams are struggling. Sad, man. Shout out to Black Sunday. You're right, Docs, but if you notice, every time they put the camera on Carr, he's sitting by himself on the bench. You know what, Black Sunday? I'm not even going to shit on Derek Carr for that. Derek Carr has been here for 9 years. He's seen this shit show many times before. Many times before. Let's be real. I feel for Derek Carr. I know a lot of people think I'm just this Kardashian and I hate him and I can't stand him. I feel for Derek Carr. I feel for him. This guy is here year in and year out. It just every year it seems like it continues to get worse and worse and worse. Especially finally coming off a playoff berth. DC is like, oh shit, man. We went to the playoffs. We went and got a high, a big name coach. We got a competent general manager. We went out and got my best friend Devante Adams. In his head, he's thinking, wow, the first time in almost 10 years, everything is going this way instead of going this way. I feel for Derek Carr, man. Does that mean I want him at quarterback for us? No. But I definitely feel for him, man. I definitely feel for him. Tubby, I might have to do that. I might have to do an Oaklosvegas beanie giveaway. Facts. I got a few things that I need to send out already to a few people anyways, so I might have to do that. I've been focusing a lot on Oaklosvegas, the brand, putting up a bunch of new clothes, doing all that good stuff. I want to show y'all my latest invention. Oh, shit. I just put this up yesterday, y'all. Hold on. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up, y'all. Yeah, what the fuck? Boom. I'm gonna take this off the screen, y'all. This ain't a part of the show. Look at that. Kardashian. Then you look under it, Kardashian. Whether you're a Kardashian or Kardashian, shirts are now available on Oaklosvegas.com. Shout out to everybody also, man, who's been grabbing these We Deserve Better t-shirts, man. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. I appreciate you guys for all the support. Appreciate y'all. Oaklosvegas.com. Shout out to Black Sunday. You're right, Docs. If you notice, every time they put the camera on car, he's sitting by. Oh, yeah, I read that. Shout out to Black Sunday once again. Let me see. Shout out to Ant Red. The team needs a new voice at quarterback. I think we've changed everything but quarterback the last 10 years. And that's kind of where we are right now. Ant, right? That's where we are right now. At this point, we've tried everything. We tried everything. Except for moving on from the quarterback. It even sucks watching Marcus Mariota right now in Atlanta, doing little things here and there. Because for those who are new to the channel, I said last year I was cool. Last offseason, I was cool with letting DC go and keeping Marcus Mariota as a bridge quarterback for a year. And he out there doing his thing. I think they're like, what, 4-4, 4-5 or something? Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Aaron. Josh said, Docs, they need you in the building. Not gonna lie. Talk some of that sense into these fools. Man, bro. Man, my brother. Shout out to Takeover. Hey, Docs, I could be looking into this the wrong way. The biggest mistake was not having a traditional training camp. These guys were going home every day. I don't think this team has bonded at all. I don't think that's the truth. Takeover, like, these guys look really close in training camp. They all bragged about how good training camp looked. They said the offense looked high-powered. They said the defense was getting the best of the offense, and the offense was getting the best of the defense. A lot of these guys were hanging out together. You've seen Hunter Renfrow, Mac Hollins, Devante, and DC packed up in a fucking small-ass Uber or a Lyft. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to disagree with you, my brother. I think that these guys did everything that they were supposed to do in the offseason. I just think that they bought their own bullshit. I think they bought their own bullshit. I think they bought into their own bullshit. I think that they thought new GM, new head coach, new schemes, Devante Adams. Oh, we're about to win. Shit, it ain't that easy. It's the NFL, y'all. Shit don't matter if you go out and get Devante Adams. You're not going to win just because you got Devante Adams. The fuck does that mean? You need more than that. Look at the Rams. They wouldn't won a Super Bowl last year. Look at them now. Look at them now. Struggling. All those big name guys they have on that team. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp. Struggling. Need more. I think it really is more about the schemes, you guys. It's more about the schemes. But moving forward, if anything, if we're going to blame anything on the scheme, this is the only year you can blame anything on the scheme. Because next offseason, you go out and get players that fit the schemes. And then you cannot use that excuse anymore. You go draft the guys that you assume can play in Patrick Graham's defense. You go draft the guys that Josh McDaniels thinks can play in that O. This is the only year I will use that excuse is for the schemes. You can't use it next year. Sorry. I don't give a fuck. Shout out to Raider Primos. We should show up to the stadium with those We Deserve Better tees. Get the word out. We deserve better. Make the entire stadium wear We Deserve Better tees. Mark Davis may get the memo. I'll tell you right now. Mark Davis may get the memo, or he may get my clothing line took down. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. He don't want to lose no money. I'm telling y'all. when I met Mark Davis, he gave me that look like, I promise you. I said this to B and my wife after that. I said, he gave me that. I know who you are, motherfucker. Look, that's the look he gave me. Mark Davis gave me that. He looked at me, he said, I like your hat. And he gave me that. I know who you are, motherfucker. I don't want to have nothing. Hey, man, look, I don't want no smoke, Mark. I'm just a little old YouTuber, man, with my little old clothing line, man. Leave me alone, please. Please. And then we just magically lose our residency at Virgin Hotels after selling that bitch out and breaking records. I don't want no smoke with nobody, man. I don't want no smoke with anybody. I just want to do my coffee and convos with my family, sell my little t-shirts on the low, and chill out, man. Let me see. Facts. Mark Davis ain't getting my money up. Facts, bro. Facts, Watts. Oh, my bad, Raider Nation, Cali. Watch and see. We make a third stringer look like Tom Brady winning his 7th ring. Sad to say. Facts, bro. Facts. Facts, bro. Facts, my brother. Oh, Francisco, I definitely gave Mark Davis a hug, man. He gave me one back too. He gave me that. He gave me that that Bishop and Q hug on Juice. Francisco, I got that Bishop and Q hug on Juice. Real ones know. He probably hugged me and looked at Marcel Reese behind him like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. He gave me that. He gave him that Bishop and Q. Like he probably looked at Marcel like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Shout out to Marvin. The only person who came out balling was JJ. That's because we got the reps in the preseason. The rest of the team should have been out there. I don't, Marvin. I mean, Devante Adams has been balling. I mean, I get up to his standards. Yeah, he had one game where he had a reception for 3 yards and he had like one more for like 11. But yeah, I mean, still, he's still putting up crazy numbers. You know what I mean? Let me see. Nobody gives a shit about car passes. Yeah, King, I agree with you, brother. I agree. Nobody gives a shit about car passing Phil Sims. Nobody cares about his 200 TDs. He has 0 playoff win. Facts. Facts. Greg Drake, I've done that, my brother, in the past. And if you look now, there's a lot of shows that do that. Most of them outside of the, and that's no shade, but like outside of the bigger names, the bigger shows. I've tried, man. There's some crazy shit happened on my channel, my brother. So I can't do that. I can't do it. Now, if we do like members only shit, we can definitely do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. What I mean to tell you, Drake, I wish I could, my brother, but for some reason, man, that energy just comes over here and then it ends up being crazy, bro. Let me see. But yeah, man. We're an hour in, you guys. I'm gonna go hit this gym. Go give me a workout in real quick. I'm gonna be doing a lot of pre-recorded stuff, you guys. I'm actually gonna be doing some quick hits, doing some stuff like that. I got a lot of shit that I'm working on behind the scenes, you guys, because I want to make sure. Greg Drake, I appreciate you, my brother. And I got you, my brother. I'm working on some things right now, you guys. Some dope things behind the scenes. I may be taking a little step back a little bit because of it. I know you guys have probably seen like, damn, Graphk has not been as active as he usually is. It's because I'm working on a lot of things behind the scenes. I'm trying to make things bigger and better and trying to set stuff up. So next season, it's just, we're on a whole nother level. You know what I mean? So I just want to say thank you to everybody, man, that's been, patient with me. That's like, understands why I'm moving how I'm moving right now. Just know, man, there's some big things in the air. And Big Mike, yes, brother, I'm definitely doing that. Where do you see us after these final 9 games? Scrubs. That's where I see us at. Scrubs. Shout out to Raider Nation Cali. Yes, we're definitely doing a takeover in Kansas City for the draft. Definitely. Big Mike, definitely. We got to take over Kansas City. With that being said, man, love you, nation. As always, wipe them feet on the way out. Hit that subscribe button. You already know what time it is. I'm outro.